I'm curious. Earlier you said rest in peace, Chris Dorner. Now, his I feel like his story and his manifesto, I feel like that's such an interesting topic that doesn't get brought up enough, because I do feel like it's kind of like, depending on your perspective on it. I mean, obviously nobody should ever condone like people dying and stuff, but I always was thinking in my head, I was like, man, I wonder if anybody will ever tackle that topic from like a conceptual way through hip hop, whether it's a record, whether it's telling that story. Maybe
I'll keep you in the game. I can't throw it for you, Kev, but we definitely did bring something up like that on the record. I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah, because I feel like you would be the guy to do it.
I'm the guy that did it already.
Okay.
It's coming out. But I mean, like I said, we don't do gratuitous violence. We talk about what it is in terms of what that exposes, right? The fact that people were so scared of him that they decided to shoot other people that weren't even him. The fact that they were like, okay, you actually have documented files. And we heard testimony from the city council and so many racist things they said. Chris Dorner allegedly had documents and recordings of high-level people in the LAPD and government saying things that were probably just as bad, if not worse. Yeah. So I think that there's a lot of sketch that's around him. There's other people that are in my proximity that I've had a similar experience with, that I'll say, okay, I went to Penn State University, right? Mm-hmm. And around the same time when the sexual molestation allegations were going on against Sandusky, mm-hmm. that other coaches knew, there was a district attorney who was the district attorney in my case, as a matter of fact, when I went to prison. His name was Ray Gricar, and he was investigating the Sandusky stuff. And guess what? He was disappeared. They found his he's still gone. He was declared missing. What? And he's declared dead. You can look his name up, Ray Gricar, Gricar. And they found his laptop missing a hard drive in a fucking lake, or like in a river, like a little stream, like a mile away from his house. So this guy who was investigating who could have possibly covered up the rape allegations gave whoever it was cover enough for them to blame only the people who got caught, and none of the giant donors from Penn State who partook in the circle too.
Yeah, that's
Hey man,
crazy.
I'm not going to stop talking about this, so if something happens to me, we all know what it is.
That shit's crazy. You know what, man? I do feel like, though, we are in I mean, even if it doesn't really matter, I do think that nowadays people are a little bit more skeptical of the information they're given, and they try to dig in a little bit under the surface, a little bit more than you know. I feel like that's obviously the internet's kind of changed a lot of just the way people think, and hopefully, like you said, hopefully people can snap out of this fucking weird tribal, like extreme, I'm over here or I'm over here, and if you don't agree with me on this, you agree with me on 10 other things, but you don't agree with me on this, it's fuck you, you're over there. It's like,
well, I think the primary basis I have to say is that I'm willing to agree with anybody or be able to have their disagreements as long as those disagreements don't infringe on my humanity. I'm also not trying to take away my humanity. And I think what you also bring up is important to say for all those people that are talking about a civil war. Just remember, the only winners of a civil war in the United States will be China and Russia. You'll hand them the planet. Good luck, though.
That's how we're going to end the interview. That's